Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you're doing so well. Weird accent day. I'm here a day late with my Booktube-A-Thon wrap-up to talk about all of the books that I read and remember all of the fun times from this past week. Honestly, I am so proud of myself with this Booktube-A-Thon. I completed all of the challenges. The reading challenges, the video challenges, and the bonus everyday challenges. I did them all. And that made me really happy. I actually didn't complete my TBR totally because I took off all the light we cannot see because I decided I wanted to take some time with that and ended up only finishing the books that were challenge books, but I'm still very happy with that. So let's talk about the books that I read. The first couple books I read I'm gonna group together, and that is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I read all of them, and this completed the reading challenges start and finishes series as well as the book to movie adaptation challenge, and I ended up watching just The Sea of Monsters. I'm so glad that I decided to just like buckle down and reread the Percy Jackson series. Even just from like the first chapter of the first book, I was like, I've missed these books so much, and I'm so glad I got to reread them. There was Percy and all of his sass, and Annabeth and Grover, and just all of the characters felt like old friends, and I was like, welcome me home to Camp Half-Blood. And I got emotional at the end again, but you know, it's whatever. Those books were all I read the first like 5 days of Booktube-A-Thon, and then I finally finished The Last Olympian on the 6th day and moved on to Proxy by Alex London, and I really enjoyed this book. This completed the reading challenges, read a book someone else picked out for you, and read a book with the red on the cover. Thanks Scott for picking this out for me. I probably judged it a little bit too harshly because I was coming off of the Percy Jackson high, but it was still very, very good and a lot different than I was expecting, but still good nonetheless. It is a dystopian book, but I feel like it has a really different take. I mean, it does have a lot of the typical dystopian tropes, but I feel like it approaches them a lot differently, and I enjoyed that. And it also has a male lead, which is something that usually doesn't happen in a lot of dystopians, so check it out. The next book that I read was Death Note by names that I can't pronounce. I enjoyed this as well. I'm excited to watch the anime now after reading the manga, and I'm excited to maybe get into a little bit more manga because I have never read manga before this moment in time. This completed the reading challenge of read a book with pictures, so you know, all the pictures. The next book that I read was Popular by Mara Van Wagenen. This book, I kind of ranted and raved about it a little bit in my last update, but it was so good. Like, I feel like everybody needs to read this book, especially if you've dealt with bullying or not being popular at school at any point in time in your life, or if you're dealing with it right now. Definitely read this book because it has a lot of good insight. I really can't believe that this girl is like only 15 or something. She writes so well, and this book was just so great, so everybody go read it, please, right now. This completed the challenge of read a book you've read the least of this year, which was nonfiction. I've read no nonfiction this year, so there we go. And the last book I picked up and only read a couple pages of was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I actually finished this book last night, which was one of the reasons I didn't film yesterday because I was just really tired and I really wanted to finish this book. I read about 30 pages of this at the very, very end, the last home stretch, and I started it and it was just so good, and this book was great. I mean, I'll talk more about it in my monthly wrap-up and TBR, but it was amazing. Overall, I started and finished 8 books and read at least part of 9 books in this Booktube-A-Thon, and so I read more than 7 books, so that completed the read 7 books challenge. So that's all of the reading challenges. But now it is time for the big reveal of how many pages I read this past week, and that is 3,002! I am really proud of that number, honestly. I am surprised that I read that much, but I read 3,002 pages. I broke the 3,000 mark, guys. So I'm really proud of that, and I'm really proud of myself for filming and posting every single day, because that was a lot for me. I've never done daily anything ever, so for me to film and do challenges and post that every single day was a lot, and I'm really happy that I did that. And now let's take a look back at some of the best moments of this week. Roll clip. So that was my week. If you guys want to go check out any of the update videos, because they're pretty great in and of themselves, I'll link all of them down below. This week was so fun. Thank you again to Ariel for hosting this whole thing and for all of the daily hosts. You guys were so great. It was just a lot of fun to participate in this year and to be a really active part and to see everybody else's videos and see what they came up with for the different challenges. I hope that if you did Booktube-A-Thon, you had a lot of fun, or if you watched everybody's updates, that you had a lot of fun watching those updates and felt like you were a part. It was really fun to see everyone come together under one event that was Booktube-A-Thon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye! You meet your prince, your charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be.